You know, every single time you go online, you're stepping into a world that's been built piece by piece just for you. A world full of recommendations, suggestions, an endless scroll. But who's really the architect here? Is it you, or is it something else?
I mean, really think about it. That whole you may also like thing, it started out great, right? Helping you discover new stuff. But has it slowly, quietly turned your massive digital world into a comfortable, but kind of small room? Come on, we've all been there. You get a movie recommendation so completely bonkers, it makes you wonder if the algorithm has you confused with someone else. Now, just imagine that same flawed logic isn't just shaping your movie night, but your entire view of the world. So, let's pull back the curtain. Here's what we're going to do. First, we'll break down the tech that builds your online reality. Then, we're going to look at the little bug in our own brains that makes it all so powerful. We'll get into the real-world consequences, and then, most importantly, we'll talk about how you can start taking back the controls. Okay, so let's start with that personalization engine. To really get what's happening behind the screen, we need to be super clear on two big ideas. People mix these up all the time, but they are critically different. First up, the filter bubble. The easiest way to think about this is like it's your own private little universe of information, built for you and only you by an algorithm. It watches every single thing you click, and then it just serves you more of the same, filtering out anything it guesses you won't like. And then we have the echo chamber. Now this one's different. It isn't built for us by some code. It's something we actually build ourselves. It's what happens when we choose to follow and connect with only people and groups who already think like us, creating this social space where our own ideas just get repeated right back at us.
And this really nails the difference, right? A filter bubble is technical, it's personal, it's all about what the algorithm decides you get to see. An echo chamber, on the other hand, is social, it's communal, it's about who you choose to hear. The real trouble starts when these two things begin working together.
So we've got the tech of the filter bubble, and we've got the social dynamic of the echo chamber. But why are they so dang effective? Well, it turns out they're both taking advantage of a fundamental feature, or you could call it a bug, in our own brains. It's something called confirmation bias. It's our brain's natural instinct to look for and believe anything that proves what we already thought was true. Let's be honest, it feels good to be right, and our brain is totally wired to chase that feeling. What's so wild about this is how it shows what our brain is already doing. When we're faced with just a crazy amount of information, our brain filters it for us. It creates these little mental shortcuts to make sense of everything. An algorithm does the exact same thing. We are, in a weird way, the perfect dance partner for a filtering algorithm. And that partnership between our brain and the algorithm, wow, is it powerful. Just let that quote sink in for a second. Our bias is so strong that even if the original proof for one of our beliefs is completely and totally debunked, we can still hang on to the belief itself. We are literally wired to hold on tight, which makes us really vulnerable to the constant reinforcement we get inside a filter bubble. Okay, and this is where it stops being about theory and gets really serious. This isn't just about getting weird movie suggestions anymore. This mix of algorithmic filtering and our own brain's quirks has real, actual consequences that spill out from our screens and into the real world. So when our own biases get fed over and over again by these algorithms, it can just crank up the volume on all the divisions in society. What starts as just a simple preference can spiral into deep political divides and the spread of total misinformation. It creates this very powerful us versus them mindset. And there's a name for this process. It's called othering. It's how we as humans build our own identities by defining who we are not. In the online world of these filter bubbles, it becomes dangerously easy to see people with different views, not just as, people you disagree with, but as some kind of threatening other. And just to be crystal clear, this is not some theoretical what-if scenario. Biased algorithms are causing real harm to real people right now. Just think about it. Facial recognition tech leading to innocent people being arrested. Crime prediction software that just reinforces existing racial bias in policing. Hiring tools that automatically screen out amazing candidates just because of their gender. This is the real price of a biased feed. I know, this all sounds pretty intense. But here's the good news. We are not just helpless here. We can absolutely go from being passive consumers of content to being active, smart navigators of our own information. So let's talk about how we actually do that. So here's the thing. The goal isn't to declare war on technology. You're not going to beat the algorithm, but you can learn how it works. It's all about shifting from just mindlessly scrolling to consciously and critically navigating.
The skill we're talking about here is called algorithmic literacy. That's really simple. Just like we all learned how to read books and analyze what they're saying, we now have to learn how to read the algorithms that are shaping so much of our world. Honestly, it's becoming an essential skill for just being a citizen today.
So how do you do it? Okay, 4 things. 1. When you see a viewpoint that makes you angry, try to get curious instead. Actively look for it. 2. Ask why. Before you click, before you share, just take a second and ask yourself, why is the algorithm showing this to me? 3. Mix up your searches. Don't just type in loaded phrases. Try using more neutral terms to get a bigger picture. And 4, and this is the big one, always remember the goal. Most platforms are not built to find the truth. They're built to keep you engaged because engagement equals profit. And nothing is more engaging to our brains than proving us right.
At the end of the day, your feed is a mirror. It's reflecting your clicks, your biases, your choices, and the goals of the algorithm. So the question is, what do you want that reflection to be? A narrow, distorted little picture, or a wide, complex, and maybe more truthful view of the world? That choice, that's still yours to make.